Hello and welcome to the second video of the series. I'm Keypad10 and today we're just going to be setting up the security module. We're not going to be doing any of the doors. We're just going to be setting up the passes and all the other stuff that's in the system itself. So first, make sure your server's on and start the database. Enter in the login that you need for your system. If you haven't made a user account yet, then the username will be admin no caps and the password will be password with the port number at the end, also no caps. If you want to get your port number, you can go to the server, press enter, use the arrow keys to scroll over the reveal port, and it should show in the top. But doing this as well, if it's shown right there, that means if any devices with sync port functionality try and set themselves up, they will try and link to your server. So if you have other people on the world using the system, in order to keep your system secure, you probably should keep it hidden until you're ready to set up stuff. I'll explain that more once we get into something that actually uses it. And then once you're inside the account, you can go to Dev, Manage Modules, and then you can install the modules. I'm just going to be doing security because that's all we really need for now. So set up modules. After that, after you install the module, you can just turn on the server. Let the database restart. And then you can just turn it back on. Run boot again. Log in again. Oh, dang it. I do have an account. Cade1234. There. Let it load. Now the security module is up. So you can see if I create a new account, I'm going to set this thing myself as well. And update the server so that saves. That's all our stuff right here. Now the first thing we have to do is set up the user passes, which you can do in this second tab up here. If you double click, it does hide it, so that's a bug I'll fix soon. So here you can set up keypads, but for this moment right now, we're just going to be setting up the passes. The first thing I'm going to do is delete this level pass, because we do not need it. And now we're going to add one of every single type. The first type we need to do is a pass true false, which I'm going to be very unique and do is cool again, just like my last video. There we go. Now we have one. If we add the next one, which we are going to have, we'll do level access level. This one relies on checking a certain number, so you could scroll from 0 to 100, and that's what it holds. If you want, what you probably want to do is check above value. What this means is that if they have like 5 and above, 4 and above, whatever it's set to, it will check everything there plus greater than it. If this is disabled, it will only check that specific number. So if the device requires 6 and they have 7, they're not allowed in. Add that one. Now we have level, which sets the level it checks above. Is cool is just a boolean. Third one we're going to add is a regular string. We're going to set this one to simple, and then simple string. This one we're going to mark as uneditable. So what these three things mean are editable. Editable means you can edit it inside the cards menu here. Uneditable means you could see it inside the cards menu, but you cannot change the value. Hidden means it doesn't show it at all inside the cards menu. So it's good for secret keys if you want to use it to program your own functionality with that specific pass, which we'll get into once we get into the developing modules section. We'll just add that. Now we have our regular string, uneditable string. For the fourth one, we're going to do multi-string. We're going to set this one to keys and say, let's see, past key. And this one we will mark as editable, just leave it editable. Multi-strings are basically the regular string, except you can have multiple in one door. You can have multiple for one user. So while you can only put one value into a regular string, multi-strings can hold multiple different values that if a door requires one of them, then they're allowed in. So let's add that. Now we have 4. For the last one, we're going to do group. This one is going to be, let's see, access pass. And we're going to just put some random words in here. They have to be separated by commas with no spaces next to the commas. So like I could say, cookie, pickle. You can see no spaces between comma. You can't have spaces in here, so if I just, there we go. So you could have spaces in there if you want to. There. So that's all of them. If we were to go to here and click my account, there, I have access level, my simple string, which I cannot edit. I can input stuff in here. There we go. I've got all my value stuff there. I have my group pass, and then all my other stuff that's already required. There we go. And now editing passes, you could see this one is marked as uneditable. If I press edit var, I could change the label if I wanted, but I'm just gonna set it to editable. That's all you can really edit. You can edit the label of it, and you can edit any supporting data here. You can see when that's there, I can't add another variable. That's to ensure you don't accidentally mess up anything. But now if I go back here, I can change this guy. There. And the server's receiving all the data, so that should be good. So if I want to write a card, you need to get a mag swipe card right here. Connect the card writer and press write right here. How nice. Alright. That's something I'll have to fix. It says no card here, but there is a card in here, so... Oh, it did show up. Never mind. But now you have a security pass. That's how you make the passes. There's also the button right next to that says admin card. You throw the card in there, press admin card, and it writes a red admin diagnostic card. This is useful for when you need to do certain things with the diagnostic tablet, but for the moment this isn't going to matter because we haven't set up any doors yet. Once you set up all your passes here, that's when you can really start setting up the doors with all the passes. There's still some things that need to be done with the runtime door editing, so it's a little bit difficult to add passes once you already have the doors set up. So it's best to make all the modifications and add all these base level passes before you set up the doors that actually require them. Well, while we wait for that, we're going to get to global keypads. Keypads can be added to the door controls, and there's two different types. There's local and there's global. Local keypads, they're saved on the door system, so you have to edit them inside the text file. While global keypads, you just edit them on the database, and all the doors that have themselves linked to it will automatically update. So we're going to make one right now. So for our key, for this one, we're going to say this one is going to be, let's make this one simple. Here's our simple pass. Label. This is going to be for when I update the runtime door editing stuff. It will show the label instead of the whatever it has right now. Right now, you have to enter this key right here, but the label comes in. So this one will be 1, 2, 3, 4, just to make it simple. Reverse. Go to reverse. I'm going to capitalize it to make it look nicer. 4, 3, 2, 1. Soldiers. Soldier is going to be 1, 1, 1, 1. If you know what I'm referencing in this obscure reference, you are a true gamer. So there's 3 global keypads. That's how you really add them. You have to, if you want to delete it, you click it and you press delete. If you want to add one, you have to go down here, input the key, press new, click it inside here, and change the labels. So that's it for the pass management. And we got a couple more things we need to do. Let's say, oh no, someone stole my cards. Let's say, oh no, I actually don't know where it went. Let's say, oh no, someone stole my card. What am I going to do? You can click the account, click reset UUID. It will reset the user's UUID, rendering all cards linked to it useless. And then all that. Do I want to continue? If you press no, nothing happens. But if I press yes, it changes the UUID up here, which means the card no longer will work on any system. Good, secure thing. Linking users. This MCID right here is basically the Minecraft UUID. So if you have the biometric reader linked to the database, you can click link user, click the screen, link successful, and now you have your UUID linked. That means if any door controls have a biometric reader linked to that door, instead of checking whatever your card, you can just use your diagnostics in your player account. So it's just an alternative way if you want certain doors that are secure in that way, or if you want to just make all the systems kind of like that, you can. The link, we'll get into that later. That's a special thing that will have that you have to program a system for, or some sort of program, which there are no programs I've made yet that use it, at least any that I have published. I do have one that I made, but I have it on Pastebin, and I don't plan on making it public because it's super niche. I think that's it for setting up the basic system. So I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you at least understand a little bit more how to set up a pass and what they kind of do. So I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.